All right, we're back in the division here, and Buffalo's certainly had a good year. They got a good football team. Do a lot of things well. It's reflected by their record and the way they played, and impressive win against Pittsburgh. Certainly against Dallas on a short week down there in Thanksgiving. Came down to the last play against the Ravens, so. They have a really good offense, good defense, good in the kicking game. A lot to get ready for. Some carryover from the first game, but that was a long time ago, and there's quite a few differences between now and then. Some players we hadn't seen or didn't see then that we'll probably see now. Singletary, or Knox, Croft, so forth. So that'll be a big challenge for us here, and hopefully have a good week and be ready to go.
If you have questions, I'll call on them. Mike Reese.
Today you're in the field house, which is unusual. Is that more, how does the field house help you accomplish what you want to get accomplished today versus outside? Is it
Yeah, we're in a little different schedule this week because of normally I wouldn't practice on Tuesday, so 2 days after the game. But I feel like that was the best thing to do this week, so that's what we're doing.
Where it's so unusual that you're in there, does that facility serve its purpose for you? Could you envision yourself without it, I guess? I mean, I know not every team has indoor. That sort of piqued my curiosity.
Yeah, for what we're doing today, it's what we plan on doing anyway.
Tom Keegan.
You've had a number of big special teams plays this year, a lot on blocks, etc. Does it kind of feed on itself, and you guys get even more fired up about being a part of that when that kind of stuff happens?
Yeah, I think we have a lot of confidence in that unit. We missed a few. Missed probably 3 or 4. Missed one last week, so we'll just keep working on it. There's always it's tough play offensively or for the punt team, however you want to look at it. To execute and protect and get it off cleanly and still have a really good punt. So there's something to be said for putting pressure on the specialists there, but also return them too. So there's definitely a place for both. We'll keep working on all of it. It's all tied in together.
Mike Giardi.
What sort of strides have you seen Josh Allen take from when you saw him back in whatever that was, late September, early October, to now?
Yeah, he's good then. He's good now.
Decision making, has that improved? Oh, I know that's something that they've been harping on there for him.
Yeah, he's made good decisions. They've won.
Jake Levin.
How-
You good? Henry McKenna.
Well, you talked yesterday about how you've been able to rotate your cornerbacks this year, and is there, with sort of that diversity of skill sets that you have at that position, is there any similarity to kind of like what you guys have done at running back, where you get to use those guys situationally to really highlight their different skill sets?
Yeah, we haven't used them too much situationally. It's just been more of we have good players and letting them all play. It's kind of like that outside linebacker, running back. So there's positions where we have good depth, and sometimes it's a certain situation of one player over another. But I think in a lot of these cases, they can play in all situations. So we just rotate them a little bit and put them in there.
Bill, what is Devin Singletary, given their offense from what you've seen? He didn't play against you guys back in week 4.
He's got good quickness. He's in there on all downs. He's got some speed to the outside, good quickness to make guys miss. He's involved in the passing game. He's got 20-some catches, whatever it is. So it's a 3-down player.
Andrew Callahan.
Bill.
When they've been going no huddle, which they've done that in some games, then certainly it benefits you to have the same back on the field, not have to sub backs, and situationally. So he's given them that. I don't know if that's the reason or not, but that's just the way it's worked out. Sorry.
I'm curious, when understanding every defensive back is different, is there much room to develop ball skills specifically as a skill once a player enters your program, or is that something that might be a little bit more innate than you can actually develop?
I think you can definitely improve it, yeah. And we always work on that. I mean, look, it's a hard position for defensive back to be in. You know, they don't get many chances at the ball. They're never the intended receiver. So a lot of the catches they have to make are balls that are really not thrown to them. They have to go and make a tough catch on and all that. That's part of being a defensive player. You know, you're not the receiver. You're the defender. So, you know, you have to work on that. Certainly, I think you can work on it and improve it. Some guys have more natural instincts, ball skills than others. Like trying to make a slow player fast. I mean, you're never going to make a slow player the fastest guy on the team, but you can improve his speed. So some guys, you know, have good ball skills and they can become elite. Some guys have not good ball skills and hopefully they can become better.
As you're working on that, is it more just trying to get guys more opportunity in phase to give them more chances to be in that position, or can you be in that position and kind of work and adjust your kind of technique or approach once you're in the position to make a play?
I want to think all of the above. Some of it's putting yourself in position to make a play, and then there's the element of actually finishing the play, making a catch, looking the ball into your hands, and so forth. But depending on what the coverage is and what your relationship is with the receiver, and how fast the two players are moving, or if the speed, if there's a change in speed, then that indicates something as well. And so, based on all those things, the defender reacts a little bit differently, or should react a little bit differently. And so you just kind of keep repping those things over and over again until they become instinctive and reactive. You don't really think about it, and something happens, and you do it and do the right thing, and hopefully that puts you in position to play the ball.
Doug Hyde?
Malakoff seems to be increasing his workload week after week at this point. Beyond health, what's allowing him to take on a bigger role?
You know, it worked out that way. You know, we've had the last few weeks we've had Ben and Matt kind of splitting the role a little bit. You know, Ben's been involved in the more passing situations and Matt in the running situations, but they can do both, and they have done both, and that could change a little bit from week to week by game plan. So we'll see how it goes, but it's more early down situations than our third down situations, so that if you do it that way, the playing time is almost always going to, break that way.
Henry McKinnon?
What's allowing Tre'Davious White to generate so many takeaways this season?
Oh, he's had them in the past. He's a good player. He's quick. He's fast. He's got good instincts, good ball skills. So, he's around the ball and he's got good hands to finish and make the play. Good awareness.
Any other questions? We'll move Phil Perry.
So I'm just curious, we've seen Tom obviously on and off the injury report. I'm wondering how the other quarterbacks that are on the roster have handled practice, if Tom has had to miss any time. How has Jarrett worked in his first year, and Cody, I'm sure, is part of that equation too.
Yeah, I mean, those guys are always ready to go, and it's an opportunity for them. It's hard to practice three quarterbacks, but and there have been a couple examples where Tom hasn't been able to do a lot this year, so that's given Stid an opportunity to go with the first group and run our plays and run our offense, and that's been good for him. It's given Cody an opportunity to run more of the scout team plays because Jarrett's not taking those, so it's and again, quarterbacks are always looking for more work, so they've taken advantage of it, and I think it's helped. I mean, you don't always want to do it that way. Sometimes it's best to do things that way, and that's good for everybody. But we want everybody out there as healthy as they can be. So that's ultimately the goal, but it's not always that way, and certainly that's a better scenario than having just two quarterbacks, so that then one guy has to take everything. Not that he can't take it; it's a National Football League, but mentally going from a defensive period to an offensive period to a defensive period to an offensive period, not really the best. It's not as conducive to high level of execution in either one. So, but sometimes that's what it is, and so you have to adjust.
Can you get a good sense from can you get a good sense of where Jared's at by how the team responds to him in those practice situations?
We can evaluate everything he does. That's what we do. Yeah, we evaluate it. Exactly.
Here with Mike Reese.
And just to build off the topic, sometimes on the road games, and even we've seen Mick working with Cody, like before the game. I don't even know if you're familiar with that, but what has Mick done to help Cody in terms of that extra work that you usually see out on the game field?
Right. Well, when you have two quarterbacks at two different levels from where Tom and Jared or Tom and Cody are relative to overall experience or certainly experience within our system, neither Cody or Jared have very much. So there's a lot of things that you need to go over with them that honestly you've probably been over with Tom 400 times. So try to be a little more efficient with it to work with those guys. And Jared's been here a little longer than Cody has, but at the same time, he can, use the review or maybe it's some finer points that didn't get covered the first 2 or 3 times. Maybe something comes up the next time based on an experience or a situation or something that's happened on that play or in that scenario that wasn't talked about earlier that brings up a question or another coaching point. So you just try to work with all players, young players. It's like that at every position. Honestly, there's guys at every position that have a lot of experience, and there's guys at that position that don't have very much. And you don't want to talk down to the guys that have a lot of experience, and you don't want to talk above the guys that really don't know what you're talking about. So there's times you have to try to, as a teacher, bridge that.
Thanks, Coach.
Okay. Yep. Thank you.